show. But at least now he'll be able to go and have tea and crumpets at his girlfriend's country pile. Release the hounds! Harry's going to be joining us really soon. But first, let's have a chat with Brian.
Put it there so it stays. Love it.
It's very purple.
Suits me, it's my colour.
Right, let's talk about this week. So much drama.
I actually don't think there's ever been so much drama, especially tonight.
What do you think of the noms twist?
I like it because people go, it's unfair. Big Brother can change the rules at any point. Plus, as a viewer, it keeps us interested and we like things the housemates don't like.
Absolutely.
Yes.
And we've got another Walker.
You know I don't like the W word.
None of us likes the W word.
No, I don't like it purely because it ruins someone else's chances who tried out for the show. Having been in there, I get why people are so passionate about it. Shame on Jem. Shame on you.
So, she's on our show again tonight.
She's really coming to meet her. Yay! Again.
So Harry has got the boot tonight.
Let me tell you.
I am devastated.
Let me tell you, tonight, for real, was just so chaotically close that there was so many long pauses, and then at one point we're going, oh my goodness, literally I'm just waiting for
What interview do I need to have in my head?
Well, basically it's just waiting for it, and that's what's so great about the shows. We're live, you never know.
Yeah.
But sad for Harry, but he seems quite happy, and they love him.
And he's back.
Ollie, she's so tall.
But what an amazing reception he got as well.
I think the best
so
reception
nice.
we've had so far, which is nice, and the final's in 2 weeks.
One other question I want to ask you. We saw Alex with her chocolate balls this week. How many chocolate balls could you fit in?
My mouth at once.
Well, anywhere.
I'd say about 10. Let's try later. I'm adjusting them. 20, 40, let's be realistic.
Yeah!
I used to be a flight attendant.
Brian, thank you so much.
I'll see you next week.
Yeah, all next week.
All
Brian's
next
on
week.
bit on the side. Harry! Come on, you're with me.
Bye, Harry! Bye!
No, you'll go back. Hello and welcome to Big Brother Bit on the Side. It's T-14 until finale night. That's just 2 weeks. But tonight, Harry proved too weak. So that's right, it's eviction night tonight. You and Jem, sort of, have decided that the Big Brother clock has struck done for Harry, and he's become the 7th person to be evicted. He'll be joining us very shortly. But first, what else have we learnt today? Well, looks like it's finally happened. Jay's brain has finally imploded with filth.
I've just popped something in my head.
I honestly think Alex would be a bit out of her depth at an orgy. She'd be so busy having it all explained to her that she'd get absolutely no action.
But that was me gobbling with her.
Right.
And then back on another with her. And she was like, that's how Tom has sex. You had to be there, I think, to find it.
Yeah.
Has this guy got like 2 penises?
No, it's 2 men.
Oh!
God, Alex, use it.
Oh, we get it. We get it.
Shut up, man.
She's so innocent, isn't she? Bless her. Oh, there's 2 men. Oh, right, OK. Robert De Niro can sleep easy as Tom's audition for the Disney remake of Taxi Driver falls on deaf ears.
Are you talking to me?
In such a Brummy accent. Are you talking to me? I love it. And Alex's wrestling match with Jay was more physical than first thought. She seems to have lost a very important part of her anatomy.
Put your hands up if you've seen Alex's Spanish.
On our panel tonight, after being ejected from the house, he spent all week shit-stirring with Victor and popping paint caps in Jamie's ass. Nice to see he's put his intellect to good use. It's Anton. Woo! She lasted a mere 448 hours locked in the house, but at least she got to see Alex chunder on chocolate balls. Witness the fitness. It's walker number 2, Jem. With all the beauty of an English rose, and sometimes with the spikiness too, it's the Queen of Kooky, Miss Alice Levine. And she was voted 2011's hardest working woman in broadcasting, although the girl who did the subtitles for Paddy Doherty has got something to say about that. She pulls no punches. It's The Late Show with Vanessa Phelps. And then there were 6. How are the remaining residents of Britain's moaniest masonette coping with the latest reality check? Let's have a look and find out.
I feel like a bit guilty being here because I feel like everyone wanted Harry to stay and I've stayed instead, so it's a bit like an anticlimax. I was like, oh.
They would have been equally gutted
and then,
if you
like,
went. Equally.
I feel like the only reason I've stayed is because people thought Harry was going to be safe and...
There might have been like 1% between you, Jay and me. Stop being paranoid, just be happy that you've been saved.
And like, I just feel like people really hate me on the outside now.
Right, but I equally got as big a booze as you.
Yeah, but you also came first.
Yeah, I know, but so you can't judge what's going on out there, can you? And I also think, and I've thought this a couple of times, that when Jay's up, I reckon the place gets flooded with people from Newcastle. Like his friends and stuff, I'm convinced of it. And it's not indicative of what the rest of the country...
Do you think people hate me? What do you think I've done for people to be me though outside?
Like, you have to just stop thinking about it. You seriously have to. I'm not thinking about it. I had massive booze as well, and now it's like a fresh week from now.
I'm so glad I got on time with you. Honestly.
Oh, poor Faye. She gets so paranoid, doesn't she, little thing? So, Vanessa, let's start with, did the right person go tonight?
No, of course not. I'm absolutely gutted. I'm heartbroken. I thought Harry was the most exemplary housemate.
Yeah.
Charming, well-mannered, reserved, delightful. I thought he was absolutely tremendous. And I'm so, so sorry that he's not going to be in the final. I really think he earned a place in it.
Even Anton's nodding and clapping.
He shouldn't have gone tonight, not at all. It was I wanted Aaron or Faye. Aaron or Faye.
Sorry, carry on.
I just said Harry's been a great Big Brother housemate.
Terrific.
You know, he's just been
He's
brilliant.
been quite different from everybody else.
Yeah, very different,
as
and
well,
he's like,
do you know what I mean?
and for a posh guy, he's done well. I think
He's done very well indeed. What do you guys think? Did the right person go? No. Oh, that was a loud one. You better speak up now.
Oh, definitely not right.
Why?
What with Banana Gate and everything, it was just pure brilliance that made everyone laugh.
Anybody think the right person went? Yeah. Oh, really? Oh, you're sitting in the wrong place to say that.
I'm really sorry, but I just didn't think he was interesting at all. I'm really sorry down there, but yeah. And but everyone hates Faye, but Gemma over there, hello. I just thought Faye was amazing. I just love her.
No way. Well, it's not saying that the other housemates aren't great as well, but I think Harry did add a little something different that the other housemates haven't got.
He contributed more, especially with the banana task and everything like that. And obviously, like Anton said, as a rich kid or a posh person, to have a big debate argument with you, I commend him.
Yeah.
Well said. Well said.
Jem, what effect do you think Harry's departure will have on the house? Will it make a big difference?
I don't think it'll make that much of a difference, really. He kind of got on with everybody. There's no major controversy around him, so they're all friends in there now, really, aren't they? So it's not going to...
They are all friends.
It's not going to make much difference.
I think watching everybody tonight as he left and how many people, like, cried properly, they were
I think
so
they'll cry
upset.
no matter who goes now. Everyone likes each other in that house at the moment.
No,
so.
it makes a massive difference.
Why does
we
it
now
make a
have
difference?
a Big Brother show where there's just 3 couples all just sitting around, holding hands, kissing each other. Boring.
That's a very good point, Anton.
Thank you.
It's a very good point, I know. Do you think Aaron is now even more exposed that he's lost his closest ally?
No, he's not, because he's part of a couple now. So, like I said, there's 3 couples. But I think Aaron and Faye will be up next now, though.
Do you?
I think they will be up, yeah.
And as Jem said, everyone seems to be getting on. It's been a very happy house we've seen in tonight's show.
Do you just want to watch a happy house for 2 weeks now? Yeah. Good morning.
I'm not saying that's what we want to watch. I'm just saying it seems to have everyone...
Yeah.
And even Jay mentioned it in the garden as well in tonight's show.
Definitely.
Will the house miss the sensible influence of Harry, though, do you think, Vanessa?
Yes, I do, because he was a great leveller. He didn't get over-emotional. He took the whole thing in his stride. He knew it was a game. Whenever everybody said, you're playing a game, Harry said, well, this is a game, isn't it? We're in a game show, for God's sake. He had a tremendous grasp on reality and a tremendous grasp on good manners, and he only really lost his temper once, and I think it was pretty much justified. Thoroughly decent bloke. Decent fellow. Really, really like him.
A decent guy. Alice, were you surprised that he made it this far? because he is the resident posh guy.
Yeah. I wasn't at all. I thought he was just so likeable, and he brought everybody together. He's got a really good sense of humour.
Yeah.
He kind of got the Alex and Tom thing, which some people just sort of left them to their own devices, but he kind of joined in. I just thought he was a great all-round... I'm just going to miss him so much.
So why is he out?
And I just have to say I liked it when he called his mummy, Mummy.
Mummy's right here.
Is that his mummy? Hello.
This is
I
Harry's
thought that was
mummy.
delightful. What a great relationship you have.
It must be quite nice for you being in this studio where everyone is kind of pro-Harry, because let me tell you, some people that have come out, the audience has not been so kind.
It's been brilliant, yes, yes. Well,
and
I
this
love
is
him
his
to
very
bits.
beautiful girlfriend as well. This is Ollie, Harry's girlfriend. I think I'm embarrassing her, so I'm gonna stop. Can the posh boy ever win, though, Vanessa, Big Brother?
It's very, very hard for the posh boy to win.
got so
Because it's very hard for people to identify with him, and I think everybody played up the fox hunting thing till it really got on my nerves. Everyone should have just shut up about that. That was, every time that was mentioned, people were, oh my
When you took
gosh.
away all that stuff in his audition, like that was hard to identify with, and maybe hard. He wasn't that kind of approachable as a character. But when he was in the house, he was. I don't think there was stuff in the house that made him sort of intimidating, or it was more the kind of like, I'm going to make $2 billion by the time I'm 20. I think that was probably slightly off-putting. But...
I was flabbergasted today when somebody told me he was 23. I should have known this all along, but I thought it was kind of more late 20s than early 20s. I was like, what? Are you sure?
You know what I think? I just want to say, I think Harry was cruising to the final. If Jem didn't leave, Harry was going straight to the final.
Yeah,
so it's not like, you can't say, can a posh guy win? Harry he had the best chance of winning.
Right.
You know, he was going to be in like the last 3, I think. But that just messed up the whole thing, I think.
Do you think possibly insinuating that Louise was thick might have been gone slightly against him and been a bit of
It had to be said. It was accurate. She's beautiful, but she's not the brightest bud, is she?
Alice just said that was fabricated. Anton said, yes, it was, and he was the one that did it.
No, it was perfect shit stirring. I loved it. But no, it didn't affect him at all. Let's be fair. He corrected it. He was cruising to the final.
And he was apologising when he said that. I can't believe everybody...
I think, and that's the thing that was so great about Harry, that he would speak his mind, but he would afterwards go up and say, look, OK, let's sort this out. He didn't like an atmosphere in the house.
Exactly.
Should we all just cry tonight, shall we? The panel have had a lot to say, so have the audience. But what do you guys think? Let us know. Contact details are around my bum doors. Coming up, Harry will be live in this very studio answering every awkward question that the main show didn't want to ask. We'll see you soon. In a house in the States. All we really need is a golf buggy and a civil partnership with Pete Burns in a sweaty box. We want very different things, very, very different things. It's almost time to meet your 7th evictee, but before we do, let's remind ourselves why he finally fell out of the saddle. Here are Harry's worst bits.
This is Big Brother. Could Harry ensure he is wearing his microphone?
No!
Do you think you can win this, brother?
No, no one roots for the posh boy. Yeah, I'm a bit of an oddball sometimes. Bananas. Can I get 500 of those? And then a food colouring. 1,000 bottles of that, please. This looks like it might get in the way. I was home and dry until next Friday. I could get evicted now because someone's walked out. It's kind of in shot, I think. Skank in here. Like, oh, Harry, you're an idiot. No one pulls their bloody weight. No rush, mate. I've got nothing else to do today other than look at my body in the mirror. I love you!
It was from your girlfriend.
I'm not enjoying it anymore. Mate, you're a dickhead. Ads, you're a dickhead. Give me the fuck up! You were one of my closest mates in here. You're not anymore. Stay the fuck out of other people's business!
I didn't even want the fucking shitty fucking chocolate. Fuck it. I put Harry up for a reason. Because he's sly.
Just imagine this is chicken. It begins with the same letter. We're just gonna fuck it up. Harry's not the maybe. Anton.
Take that knife out of my back and stab it back in his back.
You fucker. Think I'm fit, Alex? I didn't see. I don't really want the whole public to see me wiping my bum.
Still looking foxy?
Don't eat beef, eat fox.
Just boring.
Thanks, babe.
There you go.
No, mate. Someone falls out, then apparently we have to go to the mentality to prepare them. And then Czech Republic hate us.
After 50 days on lockdown, ladies and gentlemen, evictee number 7, it's Harry!
I know.
What happened?
Gutted.
I am devastated.
What can I say?
am really, really, really sad.
Clearly they didn't want me to win the 100 grand. Clearly they didn't want me to get a golden kettle. So, yeah, a bit disappointed.
I'd have liked a brew with that golden kettle, to be fair.
Tasted
are you surprised that you got the boot tonight?
No, tonight, yes and no. I mean, I thought it could either go one of two ways. I thought either I'd come out on top because I was last week. Then when I heard Aaron called first, I was like, geez, he is a golden boy.
How is he doing
can
it?
Do no wrong. Well, we all know he's a producer, that's for one. I mean, he's obviously not going to get evicted.
Don't start him off, Harry. Oh, my goodness.
And then when Jay came out second, I was like, oh, OK, I've really slipped down the ladder this week. I've clearly had a bad run. You know, obviously it was the working out. I got my shirt off, so people didn't like that. I mean, I noticed...
We've seen you with your shirt off quite a bit, though, and to be fair, I think it's quite nice.
Well, it's funny you should say that, because today, when Jay and I were working out in the garden, it was, you know, it was all fun and games, and then Jay left, and all the cameras just turned to face the wall, which I felt was a bit harsh, but, you know, I mean, these things happen.
Now, you said you'd be happy to last 2 weeks.
Yeah, that's all I wanted,
because the
really.
posh ones never last any longer.
They don't.
So why do you think that you made it this far? You've
no
kind of
idea.
proved the theory wrong in a way.
But I don't know why. I did what I sort of thought was normal, and even you saw in the video, you know, in my saving video for Big Brother's Buttons, I said, "Don't eat meat, eat fox," which I think, you know, the majority of the public were probably like, "Ooh, bit of a rough subject."
Now, you wouldn't have been up this week had Jem not have had a little walk out the side door. She's over there, as you can see. Do you blame her?
No, not at all. No, because at the end of the day, it's everyone's individual experience, and she knew the consequences of putting herself or taking herself out of the game. And if it's not for you, it's not for you. You shouldn't stay in the process because you feel sorry for others. Well, I presume, you know, when she went
I suppose it affects you in different... You don't know how it's going to affect you. You can only assume that you know because you've watched it for however long.
I mean,
but until you're in that
there were times
situation...
when I wanted to leave, you know, so... you know,
we saw.
I don't, every day. But I don't blame her at all. I mean, obviously it's gutting that it put me up, and then I was inevitably evicted, but... I was, from last week, I was genuinely, I was gutted I missed my girlfriend's birthday last week. I'm really chuffed that I was up for nomination, I might make it, and then didn't. So, I was ready to go and ready to see my girlfriend. So.
We saw you in the sauna with Aaron, and you said that you wanted to crush Jem.
Did I?
Yeah.
Well, Jem's boyfriend's there, so...
I don't mean physically, but I think you wanted to crush her with comments.
Oh, right, OK.
What did you mean?
I've no idea. There's things you say...
Was it the heat?
Yeah, probably, the fact that there's 90 degrees in there every morning, which tends to be the general theme with the sauna. I think you say things in there that you don't remember, and, you know, maybe you mean at the time, but not necessarily always. But I felt sometimes... she started saying I'd got ginger pubes, and... As soon as you throw...
How has she seen them?
Well, apparently...
Had she done what you did to Louise and, accidentally looked in the shower?
I genuinely, 100% did not see anything apart from the red water. I couldn't believe I did it when I was like, oh, let me look at the red water. And then Lou was like, what are you doing? I was like, I have no idea.
I don't know, but it was lovely to look at. Obviously, you weren't interested because you have a girlfriend who is in our audience tonight. Ollie is over there. That seemed to be, missing Ollie seemed to be the only thing that really ever got you down.
Yeah, it did. From day one in there. Obviously, because you have no contact with the outside world, you've no idea what's happening out there. And yeah, I was so worried about disappointing any of my friends and family, and especially my girlfriend. And I just thought, you know, if I disappoint her, who's to say that she hasn't just walked off and sort of left me? And then when I didn't get the letter...
Talking of the letter, shall we have a look at it?
What, the 52% or the full thing?
At the thing exploding.
Oh, yeah, why not? Yeah.
Okay.
Let's rub it in my face again. I love that, didn't I?
All he's going to do is sit and smug laugh at us because it's an awkward situation and he doesn't know how to handle himself.
Anton A. Anton A.
Sure? I think it was Jeff.
Mission failed. Your letter has been destroyed.
It was from your girlfriend.
I don't know if he just heard that, but Harry just went, oh, grow a pair at himself. I've got to say, I was really surprised at how upset you got.
Oh, I was, I said to a few of my friends in the house that when I didn't get that letter, I was literally about to walk through the dining room door and say I'm leaving. I'd got the words in my mouth. I was saying I'm leaving the house. You know, there's nothing I want more than see my girlfriend. I don't care about the process. I just want to go home. And then I got in the diary room and sat down and was like, you know, Harry, it's a few weeks. She sent you the letter, so obviously everything's fine. You know, it's only a letter, so just you know, it'll be all right. So then so I was like, yeah, I'm just a bit gutted. So.
Let's stop with the mush now.
Yep.
Okay, let's move on to like hardcore things.
Really? I was involved in anything like that, was I?
Slightly. Like game plans.
Oh,
the dreaded game plan. We saw you and Aaron have quite a few chats. We saw you and Aaron chatting by the chairs, and you kind of mentioning Faye and whether, like, having a bit of a jokey dig about whether that was a game plan. We saw you both of you really guess the noms right every week, really, about who would be up. So, did you go in with a game plan? Did you have it sus? Did you have a plan?
It's a game show, so you've got to go with a game plan.
Yeah. So what was it?
Well, when I got in there, everyone, week one sort of evictions came up, and it was like, oh, everyone was crying when someone got evicted. I was like, you've known them for sort of 5 days. Who gives a damn? You know, I don't care. And, you know, I'm sure Tashi was a lovely girl. I'm sure she's gone on to great things. She was making her album before she came in.
Harry, this is why we loved you.
So, you know, then I was like, just remember, it's a game, guys. It's all a game. You know, we've got to evict people. See, you know, we've got to evict people at the end of the day, and that's what we're here to do. And then, sort of halfway through the process, I was just like, oh, you know, it's kind of getting to know everyone. It's
it
not
gets
so much a
more
game.
difficult.
And then it got boring. So I was like, right, bring on the game. So
let's pick on Anton.
So yeah, sorry, buddy.
Let's talk about Anton. He's over there as well. He was pretty upset when you nominated him, as he thought that you were one of his best friends.
So did I.
Yeah, exactly. Let's remind ourselves of that moment.
My second nomination is for Anton. I find the guy, although he's a good friend of mine, to be a bit too big for his boots.
Got me. On what? Nominate me, I was a bit pride, didn't you? At the end of the day, I don't like... Still say you're my mate. I don't hate you or anything. I didn't do it.
Such bad teeth, haven't I? I need braces.
Don't worry about it. So why did you deny nominating him? Deny nominating him?
I just felt awful about it because for weeks, you know, I'd still class him as one of my closest mates, and for weeks he had been probably my best mate in there. Then after the whole ketchup thing, I'm not sure why these quotation marks.
Ketchup and food dye.
And it wasn't... Gotta love bananas, they're healthy. then
so it was guilt.
It wasn't about the ketchup. It was about the lie. It was about the fact that he sort of denied sort of saying who'd done it.
You're getting your own back.
Yeah. Well, I just felt let down by the guy. I just thought, you're one of my closest mates in here. Of all people in here, I'd expect you to sort of be honest with me. So I just felt you've earned it this week, mate. I'm going to pick on you.
And it's a game, as you've said.
Yep,
Harry, I could sit here for another hour with you, but unfortunately we're out of time.
Really?
Finally, no, you're going to stay for longer, but just me and you one-on-one.
Sorry.
Who do you think is going to win?
I think, Tom, to what other people might think, I think Tom might win it. Aaron's just gone. Like, at the end of the day, Aaron's the producer, so he's not going to win. And B, like, the guy's got the biggest game plan going. Like, look at it, he's just got a girlfriend for the game show.
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Harry. Don't forget, there's only 2 weeks left for you to claim a coveted place in our very audience. Be part of history, people. In years to come, people will ask, where were you when Mark and Jay had a wank-off? And you can say, right here, audience at bbbitontheside.com. Coming up, this lot, give Harry a good going over, plus Jem muscles in on the action. Reception centre for the recently made homeless by Dowling and Sons. Don't worry, I've knocked something up at a tarpaulin around Tesco's car park. So Harry, you're very welcome to share it with Tashi if you want to.
I'm all right, actually.
It's Friday night and it's eviction night still. So Harry has been pressed and probed by me, but what burning questions do the panel have for him? Anton,
Hi,
why don't you go first, baby?
Yeah, okay, baby. My question is, do you think Aaron was playing a game, and do you think he likes you as much as you like him?
The guy's playing a massive game. 100% game player. He just pulls strings and dabbles and plays with people's minds. And I'm sure he does like Faye, but I'm sure he had a checklist before he came to the Big Brother house. Right. He's watched it day in, day out for 700 years, and the fact that he's probably gone right. Okay, who's popular? Need a girlfriend? Yeah, tick that. And then be slightly camp. Tick that. He is a good mate of mine.
Because tonight we've seen him say that. To say I love you. He said I love you to her.
To Faye?
Yeah.
Yes, I love you. Great. I mean, I'm sure he needs a few more votes just to get into the final.
Exactly. See, I'm not mad. On that note, shall we move on to Jem?
Yeah, go for it.
I'm confused after watching your Leaving VT. Who is your actual best friend?
It's hard to say in a Big Brother house because at the end of the day, I don't think anyone's a true character because at the end of the day, it's a game show. But yeah, Alex was a real good friend of mine. I love
You did have a lovely relationship. It was very, very funny to watch, wasn't it?
I'm glad you enjoyed it.
It was great. She, I mean, just hilarious. Was it a genuine? I mean, you did say to Brian that she was like your little sister.
She was genuinely like my little sister, in the fact that there was no attraction whatsoever. But she was just so... I just felt like I was the sort of fatherly figure who had to look after her constantly. Like she'd be like, oh, I fancy an omelette for breakfast, and then would loiter by the sort of the frying pan with some eggs, and I'd be like, and she kept saying she cooked supper, and I'd be like, what did you do? Oh, I stirred it, and you'd be like, good one.
Will you let her roll up to visit you?
Roll up. Yeah, we're going to roll up to the ball, apparently.
I loved how she turned the chav thing right back round on you. It was absolutely brilliant.
That was,
Vanessa, this brings me to my question beautifully. Do you think, even with your tuition, Alex will ever learn to eat with her mouth closed?
No, I don't think anyone in that house will ever learn anything, such as cleanliness, for one.
Really?
God, yeah. I mean, the amount of just dirt there is unreal. I mean, the amount of hair that was on the sofas and in the plug holes, how those girls weren't bald, I don't know. I mean, there was more hair on a chair than was on my dog. And it was, you don't want to go in there, trust me. It might look clean on TV,
Did
but...
anyone notice as well tonight, you know, when they washed up in the bath, and then later on, he kind of flicked it later on his show, and the rancid water was still in the bath.
Would you like to... I got all of the things out of the bath and put them away. And it's funny, Lou's comment, I think it was last night, we was like, OK, we should have a big tidy up tomorrow, get the whole place nice and clean. And she was like, no, we're coming to an end. You know, for the after party, someone will come in and clean for us. And I was like, even if they were going to, you don't just leave mess. Like, I was like, what kind of world do you live in?
Do we have time for more questions, or are we moving on? Let's go to the audience for one question. Let's come up here to you.
Yeah, I wanted to know why you didn't do the gay photo shoot. It just completely contradicted your entrance tape, and I think you offended your gay fan base.
My gay following. I didn't know I had a gay fan base, and I think you say a few things in order to get on the show, really. Like, I'd like to be the next gay icon. And the fact that it'd be nice if, you know, gays found someone attractive, but that doesn't mean I want to take my clothes off in a gay magazine. I think I might have lost my career had I done that.
So do you not regret it?
No, not in any way.
Can I just tell you, I did that shoot for you instead.
Did you?
Yes. But I didn't take my clothes off. So Harry has been pummeled by the public vote, but what are the rest of them up to right now? Alice has her nose pressed against the perspex glass in the camera runs. Alice, what is cooking up there?
Thanks, Emma. Apparently I'm too spangly to be in the camera run, so I've got this dashing black jacket, which I'm thoroughly enjoying. We were just actually over in the living room, but they clearly heard I was coming, so did a runner and tried to hide. Harry's left us with 3 couples. How's that gonna pan out? I just don't know. They're all they're triple dating at the moment, which is quite nice. Although I can't see Tom, but he might be hiding around the corner with his curly little locks. They won a task earlier, so they have had some alcohol, which is probably numbing the pain of Harry's absence. But they do look quite sedate, so I think they are genuinely missing him. I think what's going to happen is we might be seeing a lot of smooching tonight. In honour of Harry, obviously. But I think there's nobody here to mix it up anymore. Look, they're just sitting around, drinking unbranded cocktails. I mean, there's just nothing left to do without Harry. Back to you.
Oh, there's just nothing left to do without Harry. It's what Alice just said. This is the sweaty box where all the digital world happens. This is Helen. Do you have any questions or comments for Harry?
I do. A lot of response on Twitter and Facebook. Everyone is really
positive, I hope.
Mainly. Lots and lots of people are really quite sad and surprised to see you leave. A couple of questions. John O'Cap says, did you have any more pranks up your sleeve?
Thanks, John.
They were bloody good.
Not really, no. I mean, after the whole banana one, I felt I'd peaked. I felt if I did any more, it would really drop.
Yeah.
Aaron at one point did say, "Oh, we need to plan another one." I was like, "No, I've done all I need to do in the house." So no, sadly not.
You'd peak. Fame Hurst says, Harry, you posh git, I love you, and my mum wants to know, how many hounds have you got?
I don't actually own any hounds, sadly. The Hunt has hounds, whereas I just have a terrier. So that's just one little dog called Hetty.
That's it. We are out of time. Harry, there will be more of you tomorrow on Bit on the Side, along with Kate Walsh and ex-celeb housemate Ben Adams will be joining Alice on 5 Star. Plus Ben and his A1 bandmates are going to be performing. How about that? How about that?
Yeah.